Hey Leo, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our daily reading for June 22nd, 2025. Let's see what's going on with Leo. At the heart of your reading, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse paired with the Nine of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So I think we're talking about a relationship here where one person is positions themselves as the responsible one. They should be in charge because they're more disciplined in their mind. But then there's this the disconnect between the two people in the relationship is this stress and fears, doubts, and insecurities. So this person is positioning themselves as above their partner because of insecurities, and it's creating fear and doubt in the Queen of Wands in reverse character, who's like, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I need to go back and work on myself, or maybe I need to learn this other skill. Whereas if she's fully expressing her fiery nature, she's a bit more impulsive. She is in the moment. She follows her desire. She allows life to magnetize to her in a way that exciting experiences arrive at her doorstep, and she takes them if it's exciting to her in the moment. From the King of Pentacles perspective, that could be too impromptu, not disciplined enough, not planning for the future. You should not just wait for things to come to you. You should go out and get them and plan it, and it should be on your calendar months in advance. That's not the way that the Queen of Wands lives. So I feel like there's this disconnect in ideology that, because of the reversal versus the upright and the stress and worry in between, I think that that's how it's playing out. I don't always get it, but it feels like he has this like smug little expression like, do you see, I have a solid bank account, so that proves I have a good job, so that is evidence that I'm living life correctly and you are the irresponsible one. But no one who's actually like healthy and mature needs to make someone else feel worse just because they're living life differently. So I don't really like this King of Pentacles character too much. Challenge is this Knight of Swords in reverse. Someone has a piece of truth, a shred of truth that feels so urgent, so critical, that they've leapt into action and they're really running with this, sort of to the detriment of other factors that should be considered, or other things that would require their attention. Your focus is on a more healthy combination, although we don't have Emperor Empress here. This is a masculine and a feminine, both in their upright. I feel like if you're the Queen of Wands in this situation, you're placing the lion's share of the blame here on your masculine, because what I see here is you focused on, if I only had my divine masculine, then I would be so much more mentally grounded. I would have mental clarity. Someone who would see me as insightful and a good conversationalist and well informed about the events of the day. I would have someone who is completely well-rounded, has worked on themselves inside and out, and I wouldn't have to worry about them putting me down or making me feel like I'm not enough for them. That way of thinking is erroneous. There's toxicity in there, with the devil showing up at the bottom of the deck as that comes out. I think it's bypassing, it's blaming your partner and not taking your share of the responsibility. Because you're not even like in your best case scenario, the way things ought to be, the way things should be, positioning yourself as the Empress to your masculine's Emperor. It's almost like you're saying, you should be the Emperor. Why shouldn't you be the Empress? You know what I mean? I'm just seeing like this sort of subtext coming through. Show me the recent past. What led up to this for my Leos? A lack of alignment, the Chariot in reverse. I think the disconnect that we've just been discussing became apparent in a very literal sense of not being able to move forward on something. Perhaps a plan for a trip or a vacation fizzled out because of these factors we've been discussing. You can't get on the same page enough to move forward in a literal sense, not just a figurative sense. I think it came to a head and you were just like, we missed our flight, or we can't agree on a destination or a method of travel, or whether we should plan out our whole itinerary for the vacation in advance or leave some room for following your impulses. From your higher self perspective, one of the best things that can come from this is Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Page of Cups energy. Giving you, Spirit's like, we're gonna keep hitting you over the head with this until you learn how to nurture the inner child. Recognize not only within yourself, but your partner / whomever you happen to be with. Like, not saying you just need to learn about this particular person you're with, but in general, when you are with someone, understanding what is truly motivating them on a deeper level, on a subconscious level. What's the inner child saying? Why does the King of Pentacles feel the need to subjugate his Queen of Wands and make her feel like she shouldn't be impulsive? It's something in the childhood. It's something that the parents instilled in them that was like, if you behave that way, you're going to get in trouble. Or, there's some sort of imprint from early life. So I think the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is like, trust me, Leo, it's a good thing that you're having these life experiences, because it's going to bring you to a better awareness of how to nurture your inner child. Which in turn, once you understand that dynamic and kind of start to master it, when your King of Pentacles tries to tell you that you shouldn't, that your way of living life in a more passionate, impromptu, living in the moment sort of a way is worse than their way, rather than just letting that sort of deflate you, you can hear it through the lens of, okay, what is their inner child trying to tell me right now? And you don't have to take it as like an authority figure dictating to you what is true, but rather someone's insecurity is being filtered through an adult mouth that they think they need to control their environment in order to feel safe. Now, Leo, you are a fixed sign. So just because I'm interpreting you as the fire energy in this situation doesn't mean that you might not be playing the King of Pentacles role. He's a very fixed energy. So if you're the one who needs to ease up on dictating to your partner, they're not being responsible enough. You're always making us late. You're never showing up on time. In the near future, there's an opportunity to test out some theories, to put things in practice and see what's actually going to work. And I think this way of demonstrating one course of action versus another is going to be very helpful in the long run if you can take kind of a detached approach to it. Meaning, I think in that example, it would be like, all right, King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands talk to one another and say, let's take 2 vacations. This weekend, we'll do somewhere nearby in that direction for an hour. Next weekend, we'll go somewhere nearby in the other direction for an hour. Switch up the locations, have a variety of experiences, but you'll be in charge of this one, I'll be in charge of the other one. And you have to really give it your best shot and see what's the outcome. We'll debrief. Do we enjoy it? Did everything really fall apart when we left things in the moment? Or did we have these wonderful surprise, unexpected experiences that we never could have planned? You know, so there's like the proof is in the pudding sort of opening it up for experience versus just, well, I know what's best based on what I think is going to be best. Your surprise element is this Page of Wands energy. So perhaps the King of Pentacles, when put in the situation of going without a plan and letting life take you on a surprise adventure, is actually going to be swept up in it and find some excitement, some curiosity, some intrigue. Like, oh, I thought this was all going to fall apart, but you know what, honey? It was pretty fun. I actually had fun. Your hopes and fears is the 3 of Wands. Interestingly, with this example, it quite literally can mean planning a journey and then being at the right place at the right time to board the ship that you have booked. So you could be really hopeful that when time comes to plan whatever this travel is and you actually get the train on the tracks to move forward together, I think, that you'll get the time right, you'll show up on time, the plane will actually be there to take you to your destination as planned, that everything will go according to plan. Now it could be, I hope that I make a good plan, I hope that I don't disappoint my partner and myself. If you're not the one who usually plans the vacation, that, you know, there's some sort of hope and fear surrounding making plans for a journey and wanting everything to turn out the way that it's planned. Let's see how this is all rounding out. The way that you're headed is getting out of a turbulent emotional state because of the ideas and words that are being thrown around. Gathering yourself and moving into a calmer way of being. So it insinuates the journey is underway, you leave the tumultuous aspects in the past, and you feel like, okay, it's only smooth sailing ahead. This could imply, and often does, leaving a relationship, because one of the most sort of stereotypical ways that this energy manifests in life is that people aren't on the same page, Chariot in reverse, are unaligned about what the problem is. this could be your King of Pentacles. Like, everything's fine over here in the land where we plan everything out a year in advance. My calendar is full. Why are you leaving? Why do you, like, they don't perceive this as something that needs to be escaped. So I say that to sort of explain that why I feel like this is likely saying you're headed towards a breakup or a solo trip. Maybe King of Pentacles doesn't want to go on your type of a trip. If you're the Queen of Wands here, like, go on solo vacations. That could be what this is saying. But there is a possibility that it's a more general statement about the two of you leaving the tumultuous past behind and together moving toward calmer waters. What advice do we have for Leo? Knight of Wands in reverse. So I think this is kind of underscoring the Queen of Wands in reverse. Like, everything that we've been talking about, the way that the King of Pentacles has been characterizing his partner as, like, pointing out all of the fiery qualities and characterizing them as negative, so that she doesn't feel justified in being who she is. She feels, when she moves through the world, that she should be ashamed somehow. Don't you kind of feel like this is Spirit doubling down on that energy and saying, no, this is how you should be. This is you. If you feel impulsive, do it. If you feel like you want to leave it in the moment, do it. If your tendency is to run late, then that's you being in the moment, and you should be proud and claim it. Don't feel like you're doing anything wrong here. This is exactly how you should be behaving. I do want to highlight one aspect of the King of Wands as advice that we might not have touched on. If you have not been following your own urges and sort of playing second fiddle to your partner, this is definitely telling you to be more selfish. Put yourself first. Stop prioritizing their needs. Like, your needs need to be met no matter what. This is a sort of like, sideline the other person, go and do the thing that you're feeling just impulsively, the urge, like, I must do this thing. Spirit is saying to go do it. So Leo, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helped. Have a good day, and I will see you back tomorrow.